Hello, KIPP Sunshine Peak Academy. I am so excited to walk you through some recognition of excellence through guided reading this year. As usual, however, a caveat, I want to clarify where this data comes from. This recognition is operating with the following growth expectation. There is an average expected growth between 72 Lexile points in the 5th through 8th grades, according to this source from Scholastic and Kimberly Knutson. Other sources that I found pointed out to slight differences, but this was the most consistent with regional goals from KIPP Colorado and from Scholastic. Keep in mind, different students start at different levels. And so as a result, their expected growth might vary, and certain teachers might not have that show in their final data due to the various groups that people teach. Additionally, we didn't have the entire year together. So this was factored in recognition by the following. If students are expected to grow 72 Lexile points between 5th and 8th grades in the 10 months of an estimated school year, then they could be expected to grow 7.2 Lexile points within a given month. In this case, since we had 7 months together from the August SRI to the February SRI, the goal has been adjusted to be an average of 50.4 for expected average growth. This is not a perfect science, but it is key to look at some of these really important highlights that showed up. All students at KSPA averaged 71.8 points of growth in the 7 months of school that we had together. This is significantly above average growth since we had an abbreviated guided reading cycle this year, and expected growth during this cycle would only be 50.4 points. So this is an excellent data highlight that I wanted to emphasize. Additionally, reading teachers have continued to support students with independent reading through remote learning, and all teachers at KSPA have supported literacy through this remote learning time. And as a result, while we don't have a final end-of-year SRI, there are so many factors in place that are pushing even more student growth. So it is likely that students grew even higher than the data reflects here. Really important to honestly recognize every guided reading teacher this year. So much goes into teaching guided reading effectively, planning rigorous lessons, executing and planning small groups, building relationships with students across grade levels, and putting in a ton of time and effort. So congratulations to all of you that contributed to the amazing growth we saw at KSPA this year. There are a number of teachers at KSPA whose most recent guided reading students grew higher than expected between the beginning of the year and the most recent SRI. Those teachers were Miss Alderman, Mr. Ball, Miss Bialowski, Miss Dykes, Miss Savan, Miss McRae, Mr. Noyes, Miss Rocky, Miss Sanderson, Miss Santoro, Mr. Schiffer, Miss Sorrentino, and Miss Will. Congratulations to those teachers. The following teachers at KSPA had much higher than expected growth in the last guided reading cycle, from the SRI that students took in December to February, meaning they pushed significant growth in a single guided reading cycle. And those teachers were Miss Alderman, Miss Bialowski, Miss Savan, Miss McRae, Mr. Noyes, Miss Santoro, Miss Schiffer, and Miss Vargas. Congratulations to those teachers for your exceptional work. The following teachers exceeded the average growth for students between 5th through 8th grades of 72 or higher months before the end of the year, meaning they had exceptional growth. Those teachers were Miss Bialowski, Miss Dykes, Miss McRae, Mr. Noyes, Miss Sanderson, Miss Santoro, Miss Sorrentino, and Miss Will. Congratulations to those teachers for your exceptional growth. I also want to recognize the top growth in each grade level. In 5th grade, Miss Santoro had the top growth. Her students averaged more than 66 points above expected growth. And in 6th grade, Miss Bialaski had the top growth with over 40 points above expected growth as an average. In 7th grade, Miss Dykes was the top scorer with students averaging more than 25 points above expected growth. And in 8th grade, Miss McRae had 38 points as an average above expected growth. Teachers with the highest growth at KSPA. The teacher with the 5th highest growth at KSPA is Miss Will with an average of 77 points of growth. The teacher with the 4th highest growth at KSPA is Mr. Noyes with an average of 88 points of growth. The teacher with the 3rd highest growth at KSPA was Miss McRae with 89.7 average points of growth. And the teacher with the 2nd highest growth at KSPA is Miss Bialaski with 91 average points of growth. Finally, the teacher with the highest growth at KSPA is Miss Santoro with a massive 117 average points of growth. Congratulations to the teachers with the top growth and to every teacher who taught guided reading this year. Thank you for your incredible work and the amazing growth that you pushed students to gain this year.